Okay, everyone. So now I'm in the process of adding our Skyscraper Design Challenge Google Doc. This is the document that you started the project with. You answered a bunch of questions and kind of set your path for the project. I would like to take this document and embed it onto our WordPress site here. In the very first section at the top of your blog post, we'll have an introduction label, and then we're going to embed our Google Doc. So in order to embed a Google Doc, you want to go to File, and say publish to the web. So I'm going to click on publish to the web, and that'll give me a chance to get an embed link to actually send that through to the website. So I'm going to click on publish, say OK. Here is now my embed link. I can grab that. Notice how it's different than just a URL link. It's got some extra characters and some special formatting to it. So I'm going to do a Control-C here to copy this link. And then on my WordPress site, I'm going to add a new section here. I'm going to click on plus. I'm going to search for HTML. I say custom HTML. Then want to paste that in. Put a preview. You should see the document link there now. I want to double check my preview because it's only giving me a very narrow view of that document. So I'm going to click on preview here real quick just to confirm that my document is actually not being cut off, and it actually looks pretty good. Hi everyone, in this portion of the video tutorial for how to create your website and get our Skyscraper project posted to it, I wanted to show you how to get our 3D models embedded onto your WordPress website. So as you can see here, I have 3 of these models already linked and embedded in. What's really nice about this setup this year is that all the colors are going to follow your models. In Autodesk Inventor in previous years with the software that we used to model with, we had trouble getting the colors to carry over into Sketchfab. And through using Onshape, I've been exporting a certain file type as an OBJ. And with that, it gets put into a zip folder. That zip folder also contains the material library. And those things are uploading perfectly together and creating really nice embedded views of all of your hard work and your files that you've been making. So I want to walk you through that process, how to download it from your Onshape, or rather export it, and how to get it uploaded into Sketchfab. And so let's start with Onshape. Just need to refresh my document real quick. I already have my tree, my hot dog cart, and my assembly file embedded. So I'm going to go for my plaza sign. And so all you have to do is click on the tab that you would like to create an export for, right click on it, go to export here. And then for the format, you want it to be OBJ. For resolution, medium's fine. Option, you can say download. I'll just say okay. What that's going to do is download it to my browser. Or rather, it's going to download it to my computer, but it's going to notify me here in the browser. As you can see, it just popped up here as a zip folder. So what's really nice about this is if I go to Sketchfab, and I'll review with you guys how to make this if we haven't done that already in our tutorial. But on here, you can see I have all my models from previous projects and such. I want to click on upload. And when I get to this screen, it says you can drag and drop. Well, the easiest thing is just to drag my zip folder right off my browser onto this page. And it's going to upload both the OBJ and the MTL file at the same time. So you want to click upload. While that's processing, you can edit the title. And what I'd like you to do is just say bye and then put your first and last name. Over here on the download side, they limit your ability to upload files and not have them be public. So you would have to pay for that later on, which is kind of silly because if you just click download free, you can upload as many files as you want. No big deal. So please make sure you change that setting here over to free. This means that your documents will be public. They're going to be on the internet. They'll be on the Sketchfab website. They will be searchable. Hence why I wanted you to say bye, put your first and last name on there. In case somebody sees something that they like that you did, of course, you will get credit for it. So some of these files do take a little bit of time to process. It depends how big the file is, how much detail there is to it, what your connection speed is, all of that. So you will have to be patient and wait for this to finish downloading. In the meantime, if you've tweaked one of your settings, you can click Save. And once it's done processing, you'll be able to click Publish. So I'm going to pause my recording and just wait for that to happen. Okay, as you can see, that took about 2 minutes. We've finished publishing now. There's a few things that you want to check. I'm going to click on here where it says Edit 3D Settings. And for some reason, for me, a lot of my models have been coming in with a weird orientation. We're kind of looking at the very top of the model, like you see exactly here. So for me, I just have to straighten the model out, and just takes one click in the X direction to upright that file. Now I can see my front view. So what I want to do is click on the Save Settings option here, and then finally I can click Publish. It'll try to give you the share your model link, but this is a shortened URL and it does not work for embedding. So what you want to click on is got it, see my model. It takes you to the single page for your model itself. And down underneath here, you'll find a section where it has embed. You want to click on that. We will then copy all of this text. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my WordPress page and embed that. So I'm in my preview here on my WordPress. So I'm going to click close, scroll down here under my part file section. I'm just going to hit enter on my keyboard to make a new section, a new row, or a new block as they call it here, a new block. And then I'm just going to control V to paste that in. Click the play symbol, make sure that works. There it is. I also discovered that you actually don't need to grab the embed code. You can actually embed it just by using the URL. So it might be even easier. If you prefer, you can just click up here, copy the website address, and then again on your WordPress site, just for example, I'll make a new block. I'll paste the website URL, and it gives us the exact same thing. So whichever you prefer, if you want to do the embed and grab the code and paste that in, or just grab the URL, either way, you're going to get the preview that you need. And so you'll do that for each individual part file that you have, and then of course for the overall assembly file, just as you see here. And so visitors who come to your portfolio, I feel, are going to be very impressed when they see all of your hard work, the models that you've created, not only for this project, for all the other projects from here to come, and to actually see them and to rotate them and interact with them here on your website. It's going to look really good. Okay, in this portion of the tutorial, I wanted to show you how to export your drawing sheets and get them on your WordPress website. So in order to export them from Onshape, you want to right-click on that tab. I'm waiting for it to load, but I don't even think you have to. I'm just going to right-click where it says Export here for the drawing sheet. I want to have it set to PDF for the format. Everything else here, default-wise, should be fine. And this will help save you a step. If you just download it and say Store File in Google Drive, this is ultimately where that PDF needs to be in order for us to get an embed code so we can put it on WordPress. If you just did download, you would then have to then upload it to Google Drive on your own. So I have this account linked here. I'm just going to save and store it directly to Google Drive. Now I already have several copies of that. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to click cancel, but you guys would click export and that it gets saved over. On Google Drive then, if I show you here in my Google Drive folder for this project, I have my PDF of my drawing sheets. And if you click on that one time, it'll open up a preview for it. But you then want to click on the three dots here in the upper right-hand corner and say Open a New Window. And by doing that, you're kind of isolating the file. And if you click the three dots again, we get a few different options, specifically Embed Item. Once you click on that, we just want to copy this code, Control-C to paste it or copy it. And then so we can then go and paste it on WordPress. So if I move over to my WordPress page, I have a label here, just a text label for drawing sheets. I'll hit enter one time so I get a new block, and I will then click on the add block and search for custom HTML. Paste that into there. Get a quick preview of what that's going to look like. You can see all my drawing sheets here are now previewed. at the bottom of my blog post. So that'll be the last thing that we add to our blog post. I'll just double check and click preview again. Or at this point, you could even say visit site and it'll open up in a separate tab, which is what I have open at the top there. But I have my Google Doc embedded. I have my files embedded from Sketchfab. And then I have my drawing sheets embedded from Google Drive. I'm just going to click close here. I've already published my website once before. So after you have published your website, routinely as you make adjustments and changes, you'll have to click update. Once that's updated, I can show you here on a separate tab, just so you can see it in full view. Here is my Google Doc, again, embedded from Google Drive. And we did this in two different ways. We took the Google Doc and we embedded it separately with a different series of steps. And then we uploaded a PDF to Google Drive, and there was a different series of steps to follow for that. So just keep that in mind, two different approaches for embedding things off of Google, and then all of our Sketchfab files.